Chinese politicians have a great fondness for having jet black hair long beyond a time that is believable. Hu Jintao, visiting the United States as President of China, cracked one of his rare jokes. When Governor James McGreevey of New Jersey asked him about the secret for looking youthful and his jet black hair, at 59, the taciturn leader said, China would be more than happy to share this technology with the US. So, the Chinese leadership is very fond of looking exactly like each other. Try distinguishing a leader from another when they gather for their annual meetings. So why does this happen? The Communist Party is one of the most disciplined institutions ever devised by humankind. Not a lot at that level happens purely by accident. This is what Steve Zhang, professor at the School of Contemporary Chinese Studies at the University of Nottingham, had to say when asked about it. If every party leader sports the same outfit and hair color, it's easy to blend in and dodge blame for the failure of any particular policy. That is an innovative way to think about it. Wearing a kind of uniform and looking pretty similar and maintaining a pretty high manifestation of party discipline gives you a fair bit of protection. China's top leaders are also trying to play down their differences in order to emphasize the stability of the Chinese Communist Party, or the CCP. This is what Jeremy Golkern, founder of Danwei.org, a Beijing-based media research firm, had to say in 2013. They've tried to show that the party is not dependent on any single personality. It is an institution. They've tried to devalue their own individual personality in favor of the party. When Xi Jinping was coming in to head the party and the government, BBC had put out a news story in 2013 where they had wondered if he would break the tradition of getting hair colored every 10 days. And he did, but that was also a sign of political theatre. Daniel Bell, a Canadian citizen who served as the dean of a university, a role largely reserved for the party members, writing in his memoir, The Dean of Shandong, Confessions of a Minor Bureaucrat at a Chinese University. Bell tried explaining this phenomenon. Does President Xi's more natural appearance reflect the end of collective leadership? It's too early to tell. What I can predict is that even if Mr. Xi proves to be a Putin-like leader who rules for decades with largely unchecked power, he will not let his hair turn completely white. The belief that white-haired people are not supposed to rule is perhaps the one article in China's unwritten constitution that cannot be violated. The idea that black-haired rulers project an image of vigor and energy dates back to ancient times, as the Confucian philosopher Mencius put it in the 4th century BC. White-haired people should be cared for rather than engage in heavy work. It would be strange in a Chinese context to be ruled by white-haired people. And one professional coffer estimated that Chinese politicians need to touch up their hair roots every 10 days or so to maintain that jet black look. When former Politburo member Zhu Yongkang appeared in court in 2015, the highest ranking victim of President Xi Jinping's anti-corruption campaign, his jet black hair had turned completely white. Former President Jiang Zemin, on the other hand, continued to dye his hair for public appearances well into his 90s, a sign that he still exercised some power behind the scenes. This is what Daniel Bell wrote in his memoir. This becomes very striking and important when we understand that the idea of the Chinese Communist Party is founded on collective leadership, and collective leadership thrives on symbolism. And one of the most remarkable features of this symbolism was a near identical style of dressing up and jet black hair. However, recently, in the last 2 to 3 years, the idea of collective leadership has taken a massive beating under the leadership of Xi Jinping. And he uses subtle gestures in different forums, in different settings, to make this point stick. Hair dye politics is just a part of it. The Chinese politics is as complicated as the Shuzu theater that people in China love. We don't know what the future of this hair dye politics has in store, but what we do know is that it'll be interesting. So keep an eye out, and thank you for watching.